Hello, dear friends. Everything is moving more slowly than we would like, but it is happening. Opinion piece. Truth about the reset. The 2013 Gold Treaty. Path to a brighter future. A quantum revolution starts. Only 10 people know about it. Restoring confidence in the future. The decision rests with the three groups. Michael Cottrell will introduce the codes. Let's start. The truth about currency revaluation and bond swaps is the title of an article written by a supposedly well-informed person named Dobby, Texas. This entire process is outlined in a document called the 2013 Gold Treaty. It's nothing groundbreaking, but the treaty's protocols dictate how it will be carried out. There are many people who follow figures like Bruce of the Great Calling, Wolverine, Peter Walker's Texas Snake, Mike Barra, Jennifer Fallow, and a few others, who get their information from sources far from the top of the Gisera reset. There have always been around 10 people with direct knowledge of when it would start, and none of their sources have access to those top 10. Everyone is excited about this happening, and it's coming, but the people mentioned have no idea when. Nobody knows. Continuing to hear misinformation about the event only fools unmanaged expectations and sow seeds of disappointment. All it does is keep them glued to their Telegram channels, hoping they'll get a toll-free number when it's announced. According to Dobby, Texas, this is the absolute truth. It's not misinformation. I hope this information helps us understand the process and realize that nobody knows when it will happen, only that it will. Decision. The decision on when the Gisera revaluation will start rests with only three groups. The Golden Dragon family, whose assets finance the entire event. The Treasury, responsible for asset distribution, and the QFS system, and the military responsible for security. There is one person involved, a victim of injustice, whose name was included in the 2013 Gold Treaty. His name is Michael Cottrell. His participation in launching the Gisera revaluation is linked to a set of codes that he will enter into the computers provided to him by the three aforementioned groups when the decision is made to initiate the operation, because they will have determined that it is safe to proceed. Please, friends, temper your expectations. Work has been underway on levels 1, 2, and 3 for some time. When that work is complete, we can work on levels 4 and 5. The triggers for levels 4 and 5 are found in the previous steps depending on Mr. Cottrell's actions when the time comes, not until then. Level 5 is the general public. Levels 4A and 4B are internet groups. Level 3 corresponds to Native Americans, farmers, and large religious groups. Level 2 corresponds to elite cryptocurrency whales and corporations. And the first level is governments. Don't ask me why it's structured that way, because I don't understand it either. Cottrell, who appears on Max Sider's show on Friday mornings, has repeatedly stated that this involvement will initiate the entire process. He describes it as follows: The EBS could be activated 2 hours before, during or after the visit from the military, the Treasury, and the Golden Dragon family to Mr. Cottrell so that he could input the codes. Events. The introduction of these codes will trigger the following events. The EBS will issue a signal worldwide. Stock market derivatives will fall to zero. The militaries will declare martial law. Admiralty laws will be dissolved. Common law will be restored. Corporate governance will disappear, and the original organic republic will be restored. The assets of the 2013 Gold Treaty will be released. Currency revaluation will start, and the original GISRA project will be funded. Wells Fargo will send emails to participants in the revaluation in the US. In that regard, if you purchased bonds or currency through authorized dealers, then your purchase information was sent directly to the Treasury and includes your name and email address. When the GISRA revaluation starts, you will receive an email from Wells Fargo Bank's email servers. If you received bonds or currency as a gift, you will find the toll-free number in an email from Dyna Recaps or Big Call Universe if you are registered on either of these sites. Quantum revolution. Guardian Daniel explains the beginning of a quantum revolution. Your patience has not been in vain. The path is moving and the process is absolutely alive. What comes next within the transformation corridor leading to the official conclusion of the mandate of January 20, 2029, demands that the vanguard remain completely calm, focused and connected with one another. The Quantum Financial System QFS is not about accounts, transfers or digital access. It is about restoring confidence in the future of the human family. It is about giving people a structure where their true wealth, their earned assets, and their daily movement can be unassailably protected. It is the foundation of lasting prosperity that no longer depends on fear. Therefore, each of us must understand this moment when consciousness creates unity. Unity creates strength. Strength creates movement, and that movement brings us closer to the future each day under the authentic law of the earth. The inherited system has reached its absolute limit, and a new structure is fully prepared. The quantum revolution has begun. Full thought summary. We are witnessing the collapse of Western civilization. According to Italian journalist Claudio Resta, Western leaders are incapable of finding a solution to the challenge posed by the epochal shift the planet is experiencing, with the end of a minority in power in the West that has subjugated and dominated the peoples of the earth for 450 years. However, this problem goes back more than 450 years. What we are witnessing is the end of a millennia-old Western monotheistic project that sought to subject the entire planet to the rule of a single God King, but the world has rejected that model and instead desires the planet to be like a small friendly village. Western monotheism failed because it is based on the idea that the world is going to end. The rest of the world, now led by the BRICS and Western advocates of justice, believes that the world is about to begin a new golden age. And this is reflected in the secretive world of high finance, where Western governments and oligarchs have literally run out of money, gold, oil, manufactured goods, or any other tangible assets to pay their debts to the rest of the world. This means that economic activity would grind to a halt unless the world continues to lend money to the West. However, the world demands that the West stop exterminating 90% of humanity to enslave the survivors. What the West needs to do, hopefully this fall, is convene a new Bretton Woods meeting to negotiate a fundamental change in how this planet is governed. However, current Western leaders resort to censorship, electoral fraud, and perpetual wars in a desperate attempt to cling to power until regime change becomes possible. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.